If you haven't bought the Nintendo Switch 2 yet, then what are you doing? What I mean is, I think you're seriously missing out. So today I'm going to tell you the 10 must-play games for the Nintendo Switch 2 and hopefully convince you to buy one for yourself. So, without further ado, let's get into the 10 must-play games for Nintendo Switch 2. First up, we have, in my opinion, one of the best first-party games we've had since Super Mario Odyssey, and that is none other than Donkey Kong Bonanza. Donkey Kong Bonanza is the second ever 3D game in the DK series developed by the same team as Super Mario Odyssey, the best 3D Mario game in my opinion. In his latest adventure, Donkey Kong bows from layer to layer in order to stop Voidco, a corrupt mining corporation led by Void Kong alongside corporate officers Grumpy Kong and Poppy Kong, to save the world and, more importantly, save his bananas. Joining him on his journey this time around is Pauline. Some fans believe it is an early story because Pauline appears as a young teen working on her music. Other theories suggest that this Pauline is the granddaughter of the adult Mayor Pauline seen in Super Mario Odyssey. But it seems that Nintendo developers treat the characters more like actors in different plays rather than following a strict timeline with their games. Pauline has her heart set on being a singer, and DK is going to help her reach her hometown and fulfill her dream. Almost everything in this game can be destroyed. You can break through the terrain. You can grab terrain and throw it at enemies. You can grab terrain and throw it at other terrain to either destroy it or build a bridge. You can surf on a piece of terrain or even jump off of it to get extra height. As you journey through each layer, you are faced with different tasks, quests and challenges to make your way to the area boss and save more bananas. I was absolutely blown away by this game and it was really fun to play. It's very similar to Mario Odyssey, which means it's almost as good as Mario Odyssey. In my opinion, Super Mario Odyssey is the better game, but DK Bonanza is still an incredible game. It runs really well and it looks incredible. I played the majority of this game in handheld mode and I was constantly amazed at how good it looked on this screen. It's a really fun game, and if you're a fan of Super Mario Odyssey, definitely give Bonanza a try. I guarantee that you will not be disappointed. I also made a 100% review video about this game after I 100%ed it, so go check that out up there. Unless you don't want spoilers. In that case, play the game, then watch the video. Also, this game has a free demo on Nintendo eShop. Check that out first. Next up is a game that you were probably expecting to be on this list, but Mario Kart World is a must-play game. Is it as good as previous games in the series? In some ways, no, but in other ways, it's so much better. The standard tracks have been transformed into a massive open world with some older tracks being integrated into this world. In single player, you start the first race of a cup like normal, you do the 3 laps and you're done. For the other 3 races, the first 2 laps of those races is focused on driving to the next track, then you play lap 3 on that track as normal. It's a clever twist for the Mario Kart series, and although some people weren't a fan of it, I think it's really cool. Also, without the intermission routes, Knockout Tour probably wouldn't exist. In Knockout Tour, the 24 racers drive along a 6-lap route, but at the end of each lap, the 4 players who are in the last 4 positions are knocked out of the race, hence why it's called Knockout Tour. By the final lap, you're left with 4 players when you race around the track where the route has taken you, and to see who's the winner. I absolutely love Knockout Tour. I think it's a really fun game mode, and it's something that now we have it, we should have had it years ago. And if that wasn't enough, Free Roam exists. Drive freely around the world collecting medallions, question mark panels, and completing P-Switch challenges. Oh yeah, this game also looks stunning. If you're a fan of previous Mario Kart games, do yourself a favour and try Mario Kart World. Now, I may or may not have gotten addicted to Pokémon Poctopia for a month or so back in March. Up until Poctopia released, I didn't care too much about it, but when it released and I heard all the positive reviews about it, and when I realised that it was a blend of Minecraft and Animal Crossing, I just had to pick it up and give it a try. Pokémon Poctopia is a ton of fun. It's such a chilled, relaxed and cozy game, and it's so easy to get addicted to it and put so many hours into it, like I did. In Pokémon Poctopia, you play as an adorable shape-shifting Ditto disguised as a human, wandering through a sleepy, soft-hued world in need of a little tender loving care. There are no high-stake battles or ticking clocks here, just pure, slow-paced magic as you team up with wild Pokemon to transform overgrown ruins into a cozy, thriving havens. I also made a full review video about this game too, so go check that out. There's also some funny skits in that video that you'll want to look out for. Oh! And if that weren't enough, my favourite Pokemon is in this game. Well. Next up, we have a game that I bought on March 27th, and it sat on my shelf until June 13th when I finally got around to playing it, and that is Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. My original plan was to play through Metroid Prime 1, 2, 3, and then 4. I was going to play through all 4 live on Twitch, and I made a great deal of progress in the first game. Then I started getting a bit fed up because the game was just too much backtracking and messing around. Then my PC died on me, and that was that. So I thought, screw it, it's time to play Metroid Prime 4. Despite what some people say about this game, I really enjoyed it. It was really fun to play and there wasn't too much backtracking, and it was a nice pacing as well. Some of the areas got a bit finicky, but I got through it. The only sort of thing I was disappointed about with this game was the open world area, the desert. It was cool and fun to ride the bike around in. There was nothing to do there. It was just a big empty desert with the occasional underground room here and there and some enemies popping up, and that's it. Other than that, the actual dungeons themselves were fun to explore and solve puzzles in. And the bosses were super cool too. I definitely preferred this game over the first Metroid Prime. Maybe it's because I didn't grow up playing the originals, but that's just me. I'd say give it a go. This was essentially my first Metroid game and it was the first one that I've beaten too. So yeah, definitely give it a go. Next up is a game that will make you scream, like Aah! Maybe. And that is Resident Evil Recquum. Now, I haven't played this game. I've played the demo on Switch 2, loved it, but I've also watched multiple playthroughs of it on Twitch and YouTube. This latest entry in the Resident Evil series is an explosive return to the roots of survival horror, delivering a dark cinematic experience that masterfully blends nerve-shredding psychological terror with high-octane action. Set 28 years after the destruction of Raccoon City, Recquum returns players to the ruined, haunting shadows of the Midwest to investigate a terrifying new bio-threat known as Raccoon City Syndrome. The narrative weaves together 2 vastly different perspectives that clash and cross paths. First off is Grace Ashcroft, focused on pure survival horror, playing as an introverted FBI intelligence analyst investigating her mother's mysterious murder. You are plunged into claustrophobic, resource-starved horror. Navigating derelict locations like the decaying Wrenwood Hotel and Rhodes Hill Hospital, Grace relies on stealth, forensic crafting, puzzle solving, and sheer grit to outrun relentless stalker threats like the immortal monster known only as the Girl. Then of course we have Leon S. Kennedy, focused on relentless action and combat. Experience the visceral counterweight as the veteran DSO agent. Armed with lethal martial arts combos, environmental tactics, and an overwhelming arsenal, Leon's chapters deliver brutal, adrenaline-fueled set pieces as he fights against time and his own fading body in the ruins of Raccoon City. If you're not a fan of horror games, I'd probably give it a miss, but otherwise, absolutely give it a go. Try the free demo first, then you can decide whether you want to pick up the full game or not. I know I want to get it at some point because the demo is super fun. One of the launch games for the Nintendo Switch 2 was Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk was a fantastic way of showing off what the Switch 2 was actually capable of. Cyberpunk puts you in the boots of V, a customizable mercenary operating in Night City, a towering neon bleach megacity obsessed with power, glamour, and extreme body modification. I haven't actually played this game other than like the 30 minutes I played on PS Plus last year, but I've seen so much about it and heard so many reviews, especially for the Switch 2 version. If open world action RPGs are your style of game, absolutely give Cyberpunk a go, especially on Nintendo Switch 2. Another amazing game delivered by Capcom this year was Pragmata. Pragmata is a unique sci-fi action-adventure game from Capcom, where you follow Hugh, a member of an ill-fated investigation team, and Diana, a young android, as they navigate a lunar facility taken over by rogue AI in search of a way to Earth. When this game released, everyone loved it, and they also loved how amazing it looks on Nintendo Switch 2. Now, I know Nintendo aren't great with hair, but it's just hair. You don't focus on the hair, you focus on the puzzles and the enemies and everything else in the game. From what I've seen and from the demo on the eShop that I played, this game is super fun and definitely worth picking up. Or try the demo first to see if you like it or not, and then make a decision. On April 27th, June 30th and October 4th of 1997, Nintendo released the first proper 3D Star Fox game, and that is Star Fox 64, and it's probably the main game what people think of when they hear Star Fox. On June 25th, 2026, Nintendo released Star Fox for Nintendo Switch 2. Join Fox McCloud on this cinematic reimagining of Star Fox 64 with orchestral music and enhanced visuals, new fully voiced dialogue, an epic orchestral soundtrack, and a complete reimagining of the classic Lylat system adventure. This game also has a free demo, so absolutely try it out. These last two games were originally released on the Nintendo Switch, but have both received Day 1 Nintendo Switch 2 editions, and that is The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild and The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Breath of the Wild originally released in 2017 as the launch game for the Nintendo Switch and the last game for the Wii U. Breath of the Wild is a wildly breathtaking masterpiece. Explore the enormous land of Hyrule, journeying through dungeons and challenges to gain new abilities, upgrade your stats, find more sustainable armor and weapons, and fight your way to victory to save Hyrule from Calamity Ganon. Breath of the Wild is not all action and fighting, although it might sound it from that little description I just gave. You can wander through the fields, mountains, deserts, encounter different NPCs as you find new villages, tackle some side quests to earn some rewards. This game is literally so chill and relaxing. It's one of my favourite cozy games to just chill out with. And in my opinion, one of the greatest games of all time. And you know what? More recently, I feel like this is becoming one of, or if not, my favourite game of all time. Breath of the Wild was my first Zelda game, and it initially got me into the series back on the Wii U. Not great, but oh well. I'm not sure what it is, but there is just something that makes this game special and makes me prefer it to our next game, The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. 6 years later, in 2023, we finally got the sequel to Breath of the Wild that we all wanted. Set in the same land as Breath of the Wild, but things have changed. Some terrain has moved to form caves and underground passageways. Hyrule Castle has been ripped out of the ground, and Ganondorf has set up his army underneath in the depths. Islands have formed in the sky. New shrines, new dungeons, new challenges, new abilities, new weapons. This game offers everything that Breath of the Wild should have offered. Now, I know I said I prefer Breath of the Wild over Tears of the Kingdom, but this is still an incredible game and it tells an incredible story. It also keeps the coziness and relaxation feeling from Breath of the Wild, which is absolutely awesome. I would seriously, wait there because somehow the game managed to get all the way over there. I would seriously 100% recommend trying both Breath of the Wild, and Tears of the Kingdom. And that brings us to the end of the 10 must-play games for Nintendo Switch 2. Thank you all so much for watching. Let me know if you're going to pick up any of these games, or let me know if I convince you to buy a Nintendo Switch 2. But I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your day. And until next time, take care.